Good morning, I'm Earth Dr. Reese Halter, and you're listening to Earthcast, SOS.com. Last week, Australia's Science Minister, Greg Hunt, received considerable press even over here in America, extolling his commitment to the science of climate change and his ministry's pledge for $3.7 million and 15 new jobs in climate science. For most overseas peeps, it would appear as a reasonable contribution, but for Aussies and any of the Earthcast SOS audience, it's a pro-fossil fuel minister feigning to look good for cameras and the world press. Let me tell you why this is terribly messed up and how Australia's pro-fossil fuel federal Liberal government has done irreparable damage to Australia's Tier 1 world-class climate science program. Earlier this year, the Commonwealth Industrial Science Research Organization, or CSIRO, a government-run science body, announced slashing 275 climate science jobs. That's right, 275 scientists. My colleague at the University of Tasmania in Hobart, Professor Matt King, summed the axing of 275 science jobs like this. Quote, "The reaction in Hobart has flipped between bewilderment, despair, anger, and frustration." End quote. Many of the 275 forced job redundancies took place in Hobart. Not only has Australia been lambasted by the climate crisis over the past 15 years, which more than justifies a strong climate science division, but those scientists also contributed to the global body of science. Australia's Liberal, which means oddly neoconservative, federal government has disassembled one of the largest and most advanced climate groups on Earth. Why? Well, Australia bet on coal, oil, and gas. Subsidized, heat-trapping, climate-altering coal, oil, and gas globally. And anything that dares thwart it, they squash. Since Australia is the second biggest coal producer on Earth, they intend to pollute our planet until either there's nothing left, no marketplace to burn it, or sea level rises 6 feet. 6 feet, that's right. One way to disregard sea level rising is to fire Australia's top sea level climate scientist, the eminent Dr. John Church, a fellow of CSIRO Climate Division. He was made redundant. In 2 weeks, he's gone for good. From the Liberal federal government point of view, how convenient, since British Petroleum is intending to drill and extract 1.9 billion barrels of oil and gas from the Great Australian Bight National Marine Park. According to my colleague Dr. James Hansen, Columbia University, New York, the ice sheets are melting faster and faster, with a doubling time of approximately 10 years. A business-as-usual model for Australia, greenlighting 2 more coal mines and extracting 1.9 billion barrels of oil and gas, means sea level will rise by 6 feet soon after mid-century. Is anyone listening? What was the Paris Agreement? Hello, the single biggest thing that you can do right this very moment to help fight the climate in crisis is to switch your diet to a plant-based one. Animal agriculture contributes 18% to the climate-altering rising greenhouse gases, and that's more than all transportation globally. Plant-based diets, ladies and gentlemen, are healthy. They're water smart, they're compassionate, and they're very easy. Did you know that humans currently kill 65 billion animals a year for food? How terrible! We simply can't continue. We've run out of land to grow food to feed the animals so people can eat. Hashtag save nature now. Hashtag love nature. Hashtag love is the solution. Earthcast SOS depends upon you, the listeners. So don't be bashful. Come on to drreese.com. DRREESE.com. Scroll to the bottom of the page and click on that donate button. And pick yourself up any number of terrific books on bees, trees, seas, wild weather, or life, the wonder of it all. Just do it. drreese.com. I'm Earth's Dr. Reese Halter, reminding you to protect our planet.